Hello and welcome to another episode of Blue Alpine TV. In today's episode, we will talk about the hack that apparently happened at Binance and what exactly was going on. We'll talk about a Coinbase index fund and what the next steps of Coinbase would be. And we will talk about banking and cryptocurrency's future. So if we jump right into the market, what we can see is a lot of red numbers. There have been multiple, I want to say two big news. One was the SEC coming out and potentially banning certain exchanges and all of these things, or declaring them illegal. But that was actually more of the smaller news story, in my opinion. The bigger news story was basically this: Binance users report unauthorized transactions linked to Viacoin pump. So Binance, one of the biggest altcoin and cryptocurrency exchanges in the world, had actually a couple of issues. So people on Reddit wrote that Binance just sold all my altcoins at market rate and I've got just a Bitcoin now. Is it because of account getting hacked or Binance bot issue? Everything was cleaned out from my account. Now even Bitcoin is gone. It was used to buy some random Viacoin, all value gone. There were shortly after that, they were saying we're investigating reports of some users having issues with their funds. Our team is aware and investigating the issues as we speak. Please remain patient and we will provide an update as quickly as possible. Binance generally has been quite transparent and quick to react when it comes to technical issues or hacks and all of these things. Even the CEO of Binance here is saying all funds are safe. There were irregularities in trading activity. Automatic alarms have been triggered. Some accounts may have been compromised by phishing from before, but we are still investigating. All funds are safe. So this is something that I really like about Binance. Generally, they are very reactive and also very transparent about these issues. The main issue was that people have had certain cryptocurrencies in their balance, and those cryptocurrencies have been sold in order to buy Viacoin, which has jumped over 300, 400, 500% within a couple of minutes. And this could be a coordinated hack. However, the CEO of Binance is saying that actually the phishing of these accounts happened before. So probably here before the phishing happened, they have gained access to those, the hackers have gained access to those accounts. And then actually Viacoin has been bought by this huge amount of volume. In the meantime, they're still investigating this, so we will keep you posted on these issues. Nonetheless, we always tell you guys, make sure to have two-factor authentication. And two-factor authentication is next to your login and password, you have another instance where you have to provide a password, a number, any kind of additional security measure. For example, you can use Google Authenticator app, you can use Authy, you can even use, in some cases, your mobile phone, where your mobile phone number is the second instance. In any case, make sure that your funds are secured and safe. Don't leave any money on the exchanges. First of all, if you have to leave them, leave very little money on there and have two-factor authentication on there, because as we've said, guys, hacks will happen. In 2018, 2019, exchanges will get hacked. Even bigger hacks are coming, and you have to make sure that you're secure yourself against those hacks. Moving on to another story, Coinbase, the biggest cryptocurrency exchange in the world, has actually announced a Coinbase index fund. Basically what this is they will give investors exposure to all digital assets listed on Coinbase's exchange, GDAX, weighted by market capitalization. If a new asset is listed on the exchange, it will automatically be added to the fund. So a fund is a compilation and a summary of all cryptocurrency assets. Currently on GDAX or Coinbase, there are only 4. So it's a Bitcoin, Litecoin, Ethereum, and Bitcoin Cash. There will probably be more in the future. And as they are added to GDAX, they will be added to the fund as well. There is a certain amount of split here. So we can see Bitcoin is 62%, Ethereum is 27%, Bitcoin Cash is 7%, and Litecoin is 4%. This is a very, very interesting idea. It will be only available to US resident accredited investors, but it is essentially following the market price in a diversified way, or as diversified as GDEX gets. What is really cool and interesting about this is, as you know, cryptocurrencies are still an anomaly. So people are not actively investing into cryptocurrency unless they really know what they're doing. There is still a huge knowledge gap between, let's say, the usual normal finance investor and the cryptocurrency investor. And Coinbase index or index funds like these could actually help get people more into cryptocurrencies. Now, I think there is a fee of 2% management fee for this Coinbase index fund, which is quite high considering that it's more or less just these 4 cryptocurrencies. So technically you could go on GDEX, buy all the cryptocurrencies yourself, and then rebalance every year, and then you technically don't have to pay those 2% fees to Coinbase. But if you're very much a hands-off type of person, this could actually be a very interesting asset for you to hold and diversify in your portfolio. And this actually brings me to another topic. So Eric Thorenberg, whom I don't know personally, but it appeared on my timeline on Twitter, he has written that recently attended a big NYC fintech dinner with senior management at banks, intermediaries. Everyone there couldn't be more bearish on crypto. It's all a scam. It won't disrupt us. We'll be in perfect position to adopt private blockchains. And this is this is very good news and very bad news. Let's start with the bad news first. It's very bad news because the banks are not realizing what is coming. Although some banks are, so Bank of America, Goldman Sachs, JP Morgan, they came out with those publications towards the SEC and actually said that they are fearing cryptocurrencies, so crypto could be a problem for them. However, if you hear statements like these, or of course I cannot prove or disprove whether this is correct or not, or how exactly those statements were, but I am pretty sure this actually happened and statements like these have been made. So it's good in a way that you as an investor do realize that you are at the forefront of this revolution that will happen. It won't happen now, tomorrow, or in 3 days, but it will happen in the next 5, 10, 15 years. And you're very, very early. So there's still a lot of growth potential here with cryptocurrency, simply because history has shown us that any time or every time an industry has been disrupted by another smaller niche product, niche technology, all of these things, it always started out like this. The car industry was like this with electric cars. It was music industry with music downloading, a film or movie industry with movie downloading. All of these things, everyone thought that it could never happen. Downloading would never, or pirating would never win this war. But companies like Netflix, like Spotify, have realized that there is something to gain from here. And if you've invested into Netflix a couple of years ago, you would have made a lot of good money with this perspective. So what I'm trying to tell you here is you're very early. There is a lot of growth potential. And for you as an investor, get into the perspective of, if you, for example, want to buy some cryptocurrencies these days because the market has tanked a lot, before you buy, think about which assets could make sense, which assets could actually put banks into a very difficult position. Could it be just Bitcoin, a cryptocurrency that will become the standard currency? Will it be something like Polymath, which is a security token, for example, or which wants to revolutionize the securities market a bit? all of these things. So get into really a perspective where you can judge this statement from a perspective of an investor, and think about, okay, what will happen in the next couple of years, and how can you position yourself to win more, to win with cryptocurrency in that area. Obviously, if you're an investor, you're diversified, you have a long horizon, investment horizon, and you're believing in the fundamentals that we always tell you, read the fundamentals, the fundamental analysis that we're doing on bluealpineresearch.com, and once you're aware of the fundamentals of a cryptocurrency or of a coin, you have to pull the trigger, you have to invest in it if you believe in it, and then it will play out in a way that, if history repeats itself in the banking industry, this could actually be the forefront. Like you could hear those statements, but then in 5, 10, 15 years, these statements will be all gone, because cryptocurrency has revolutionized the banking industry. And with that, with this little thought, I want to leave you, and make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and I will see you on the next one. Take care.